Christ Games Saga, Part 16 of Infinity, the spiritual boxing parable explained. I'm gonna have some props here for this video, just to keep you in the realm of thought of boxing or fighting. Fighting your way up and or fighting your way out of something. Why do I call it the Christ Games Saga? What do I mean by Christ Games or Saga? The word saga means a long, involved story, account, or series of incidents. Narrative. Did you ever notice the word Ra is in the word narrative? Like the word Ra is also in the word narrate. Ra, meaning sun in Egyptian mythology. Sun, meaning light. The light of the world, which is the sun itself. And the word light, meaning a natural agent which stimulates sight and makes things visible. The light is within your third eye contents. The light is within your third eye chakra. Conscious mind. Moving forward, what do I mean by game then? Game. A literal definition of the word game is to manipulate a situation, typically in a way that is unfair or unscrupulous, which is exactly what I'm about to do, detail by detail. How? Because I found out something about who we all truly are before a lot of people in the world did. So I'm just going to take advantage of it to play a certain game, to manipulate a certain situation, the soul situation, the foundation in which we are in. Why? Because I wanted to move in the right direction only. To summon the Christ Father in the Spirit's house is to establish order upon the soul's grounds. In the situation of manipulation, in the situation I'm playing my manipulation upon is the soul's foundation itself. You follow what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to rhyme that. I was just trying to say it. Moving forward. Christ. Christ defines as the title, also treated as a name given to Jesus, and/or an oath, used to express irritation, dismay, or surprise, which simply means to tell the truth. The word Christ simply means to tell the truth. To tell the truth? Absolutely. So all the word Christ literally defines as telling the truth. So, what is the truth? The truth is what's in accordance with being true. And the word true is what's in accordance with fact or reality. And reality is the world, or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to a notion or a notional idea of them. What does that mean? Remember, all of the words that we have today came from the mind and mouth of the oppressor's way. And what is the oppressor? Or who are the oppressive body? You would consider them as white people and/or melanated sellouts that I do not like to include in any type of listing at all. What are you doing? Moving forward. And these hero oppressors consist of the white leadership, the white fighters, BKA military force, and the white civilians. Those around us all day long, just being here the way they are. Moving forward. So, truth. What's in accordance with being true? True. What's in accordance with fact or reality? And reality is the world. Or the state of things as they actually exist as opposed to a notion or a notional idea of them. What does that mean? Like I said, all the words came from the oppressive body, and I just told you who the oppressive body was. So that means reality is telling us, or they are telling us, that reality is essentially a battlefield only for balanced love and imbalancing hatred. Whether you want to buy that or not, the oppressors taught us to believe that reality itself is literally and only specifically designed to be a battlefield for the energy of balanced love versus the energy of imbalancing hatred. And imbalancing hatred is the energy in which we no longer need or want. Unbalanced hatred is an energy in which we no longer need or want. Spiritual boxing parable. So in other words, Christ, it simply means to tell the truth. So that means Christ is simply the reality we are in a sense, or just speaking of the reality we are in. That's what the word Christ means. An oath to speak about the reality in which we are in. The absolute finite details of them, making things visible in a way, as opposed to a notion or a notional idea of them. To summarize what that means, a battle between balanced love and imbalancing hatred. That's to summarize what the definition of what reality means. But here's the thing though, more details so you can grasp it for yourself and take it home with you. As opposed to a notion or a notional idea of them. Who is them? Them is the world. What is the world? The world is the planet, together with all of its countries, peoples, and natural features. Together, the planet together with all of its countries, peoples, and natural features. Three things on one thing. You follow what I'm saying? That's the them in which some random idea out of nowhere, some notion or notional idea is opposed to. You want to know why that is? Simple. Because in reality, everything and everyone only has one right. Love. Balanced love. Everything and everyone in reality only has one need. Love. Balanced love. Everyone and everything in reality only has one want, or desire, or wish. Love. Balanced love. And everything and everyone in reality is only satisfied with one thing, one energy. Love. Balanced love. Everybody is. Have you ever noticed that? Everybody wants to have balanced love in their reality. And you want to know something else? You came born with it. So in other words, you were born with Christ consciousness. Long story short. Because you want to know what Christ consciousness is? Your natural character of balanced love. You all want the same thing. We all want the same thing. So I'm just taking advantage of this one aspect and talking about it in many ridiculous ways, like spiritual boxing and in the previous video, spiritual dueling, because, well, primarily it's because to talk about it any other kind of way would drive you to war fast. You will not win against them the way they are, the way you are currently, so separated and divided because of them. And how would you lose? Biological warfare, nuclear bombs. They rest and sleep in their weapons they are using to enslave us. Every white man is racist and every white woman is a feminist. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong, but you won't because you like being it. Everybody knows this. Spiritual boxing parable. Why are you like this? Why are any of you like this? Why are you doing any and everything in which you are doing currently? I just gave the explanation as to why I'm using Christ Games Saga, those three specific words there. And now I'm about to give you details on the spiritual boxing parable. Spiritual boxing. Why are you doing what you are doing? You want to know why? Because you don't know of your actual self anymore. So, I got these words, right? Then I'm just going to say out loud. I don't need to use this prop anymore. I got these words that I'm going to say out loud that are just going to beat the entrenchment out of you so that your actual self can reincarnate and resurrect to and throughout you all. As within, so throughout, not without. Your actual self is the highest of high things in this reality here. As above, so below. Your actual self knows what is right and what is wrong. And the only way one can even know what is right or what is wrong is if one foundationally just is right. Because you want to know something? That ain't right. And you know it is. And you know it ain't. Have you ever questioned and or seen something that's just, that ain't right? You know, that ain't right there. Your actual self has full recognition or recollection of this. Your actual self sees through everything there is, especially what is not regarding the nature of your actual self, which is just right all the time. Your actual self is just right all the time. I keep saying the word right. What do I mean by the word right? What is morally good and justifiable. Morally good. Morally good. What are morals? Instead of saying concerned, I like to use awareness with the principles of right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. So in other words, morals are like the measurement of emotion. And what is emotion? Emotion is a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from what the definition says, one's mood, circumstances, or relationships with others. That's what the definition of the word says, but that makes no sense. How can your natural instinctive state of mind derive from anything outside of you at all? Your natural instinctive state of mind. Think about that. Your natural instinctive state of mind is your actual self, or at least an aspect of your actual self. So that means your actual self only derives from your mood, circumstances, or relationships with others. It didn't come from God. It says we were made in God's image, right? So here, I'm going to say words out loud that'll punch and kick on your entrenchment if you watch the whole video. Because this entrenchment is the only thing stopping your actual self from being known. You follow what I'm saying? I made a video in the past talking about this. Just a fun video. That's why I started out with props, because it's supposed to be a mildly fun video to talk about. And I had something that could be labeled and described as 12 spiritual. Now, see, I originally called them 12 spiritual crop lines, because it's like the baseline idea is to plant a farm to and throughout you all into reality. Because at the end of the day, everything I am doing is to manifest a world of green grounds, black farmers, and blue skies, living in peace, love, unity, and advancement for all the days of their lives. You follow what I'm saying? That's what I'm ultimately trying to do here. So I had something called 12 crop lines, 12 spiritual crop lines, but I disguised them as like 12 Sagat from Street Fighter 2 combo moves. You know what I'm saying? And like Eric Killmonger was going to be like the person who did the moves in my mind. And he had like a tiger punch and he had like a tiger uppercut, right? No, it's not funny. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's nothing. There's none of these things at all. This is very serious, but it's like not simultaneously, because what's overall required for us to get out of this hell? What is overall required for us to get out of this hell is to first know a few things. And unfortunately, a lot of the things that we need to know, in the certain ways that we need to know of them, are very goofy. Unfortunately, they are. But then the smiling ends so fast, because why don't we know these things? But here. So, here they go. I had a left punch, right? For peace. Punch you in the face with peace. And then I had right punch. Punch you in the face for love. Peace and love. Left and right punches. You see? And the thing is, to be more specific, it's 12 spiritual crop lines and or 12 combos to beat you up with in the spirit. So I'm just going to beat you the F up in spirit with these 12 specific baselines. These 12 specific baseline words, and I'm going to beat you all the F up in spirit with. And what happens when I ultimately beat you the F up in spirit? It's just going to simply bring you quicker and faster to the awareness of your actual selves. It'll bring you awareness of your actual selves faster, faster, faster. The faster you gain awareness of your actual selves without the joking and the props at hand, the faster you gain awareness of your actual selves is the faster you break free of the white man's spells. The faster you gain awareness of your actual selves, the faster you break free of the white man's spells, or the white people's spells, or this system spells. But in reality, they are the system. The white folks are the system. The white folks are the state. The white folks are the nation. The white folks are the game. They are the sword. They just tell you other things. They are the religious beliefs. Did you notice every single religion has white characters decorated all throughout them? What color is Brahma? Why does Brahma have 4 heads and a beard? I don't want to disrespect you, though. You just believe in this idiocracy. I mean, that's just what it is, though. I like to call things for what they are. It's stupid. All of it is. You know it is. It's a white man with 4 heads and a beard. That's what I see when I study your religions. So here, I made up this like spiritual boxing parable, right? That's going to fight you in the spirit and beat you up. And when I say you, meaning your entrenchment, what does the word entrenchment mean? An established habit and or attitude, especially one in which is hard to break. It ain't hard for me no more. I just figured out how to make it easier. So, I got 12 spiritual punchio entrenchment in the face words. And they sound like this. The first 4 are peace, love, unity, and advancement. Peace, left punch. Love, right punch. Unity, left uppercut. Advancement, right hook. I'm changing it up from what it was last time. Punch, upper hook. You see? Boom, 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 boom. Peace, love, unity, and advancement. The meaning of them all. What does peace mean? Freedom from disturbance, tranquility, or freedom from wars, or a state or period where war has ended. Look at the word state again. What does the word state mean? Latin origin, meaning manner of standing or conditioning. Status, meaning manner of standing or conditioning. That's what the word state means in Latin origin. The next 4, I changed it up from what it was last time. This time, instead of global child manumission being the 5th line, it's just going to be soul liberation. And instead of the 6th line being soul pride, it's going to be global child manumission. So that means the first 2, global soul liberation and global child manumission. Then the next one, instead of it being spiritual awareness, it's going to be the 4 main reasoning. Let me just tell you real quick. Global soul liberation, global child manumission, global moral purification, which essentially is spiritual awareness. Moral purification essentially is spiritual awareness. Think about it. Take out the word concern with the word morals and place awareness there. Awareness with the principles of right or wrong behavior or the goodness or badness of human character. I'm essentially giving morals the high grounds now. Essentially, because morals are what we use to measure our emotional state. Morals are what we use to measure our emotional state. You follow what I'm saying? So instead of spiritual awareness, it's going to be moral purification. And then balance reestablishing will be the 4th one, or be the 8th one now. And what was the 8th one last time? Soul pride. The 8th one last time was soul pride. So once again, it's global soul liberation, global child manumission, global moral purification, and global balance reestablishing. When at first it was global child manumission, and it was First it was global child manumission. Then it was, I believe, spiritual. I know the last two is spiritual awareness and spiritual soul pride. Doesn't matter anymore because I got them changed up now. Plus, you can just rewind the video back and see what I said. So the now current 4, and what are they going to symbolize, and why do I still have my props in my hand? Remember that video, that punch and kick on your entrenchment? If you watch the whole video, right? I'm just putting these gloves in my hand just to, you know, keep the thought in your head of fighting back. You know what I'm saying? This is all to fight back right here. I'm just keeping this as a prop in the video for you to fight back. Think of fighting back. Just think of fighting back, man. Think of fighting back, fighting to get out of something. That's why I got these in the video. Only reason why I'm still using them. Keep your mind somewhere else, you know. Fight back, fight back, fight back. So I had in that previous video, these words will punch and kick on your entrenchment if you watch the whole video, right? I had in that video that my Eric Killmonger avatar was going to be doing Sagat from Street Fighter 2 moves, you know what I'm saying? So the next 4 combos in the spirits that I got to whoop your head, boy, with are the Sagat from Street Fighter 2 combos. No, I'm not going to cue the theme song. I just want to tell you these things and get it out the way. And the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Remember, anything I do and say at any time that I do and say is for the cause, the sovereignty of principle, heart of hearts. I want out of hell more than everything alive right now. You just don't see it. Because it's not the time to let you see how much I desire to get out of hell. Right now is not the right time. And I know that because of everything that's going on currently and why it's going and who's pushing it to go and why artificial intelligence is being built and constructed by these things that are people so fast and rapidly. They really, really want you to get in that AI slavery. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be the last person for a long time born with this light. You want to know why? Because now they're getting ready to put chips into our babies' brains as soon as they are born. And y'all ain't going to do nothing about it. You'll know this. You know that ain't right. You'll sit up here and know that ain't right. You'll know that ain't right. And yet you'll still allow it. You want to know how? Because they're going to bribe you into allowing them to do it. The only thing they want to do is ensure you all fail at everything and suffer to death. That's it. They don't live to do anything else but ensure you suffer till you end. That's it. They just have many stupid ways to get their rights across. Every right that they have or every right that they fought for ain't right. Every law that they have and every law that they fought for ain't just. They just need to be destroyed, man. Stop, destroyed, taken away from, or defended against. Those are not the last 4. But here, the joke. So, he got like a tiger shot, right? The tiger shot is going to represent in the spirit, as I'm beating you up in the spirit, the tiger shot is going to represent soul liberation. That's the high tiger shot, soul liberation. Removing planks from your eye before you remove splinters from someone else's. That's another reason why I want to change up the play so much. And the low tiger shot will be global child manumission. Like the Street Fighter 2 Sagat, that's what I'm talking about. But just imagine Eric Killmonger actually doing the moves and not me. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the tiger uppercut. The tiger uppercut is moral purification. Uppercut. You follow what I'm saying? And then he got the tiger knee, right? The tiger knee represents in the spirit. The tiger knee represents in the spirit balance reestablishing. That's what the tiger knee represents in the spirit. Those combos there. That's the first 8 for you. And then the last 4 I'm going to keep the same. I only changed up the second group of 4, but the last 4 I'm going to keep the same. And the last 4, then I'm going to use them all in one sentence or use them all at once just to let you know how much I'm about to get ready to beat you up in the spirit, right? Then the last 4 are my conviction. God will have his world, God will have his people moving God's speed forever. Soul speed, one belief, and one foundation, the foundation of love. Balanced love, that is. You follow what I'm saying? It's a lot of words. I'm going to shorten it up in the future, but right now I'm just saying it. And then the next one. Our reclamation. Our reclamation. Our reclamation. What is our reclamation? Why I just used the Michael B. Jordan from my Super Jesus 47 game again to say these words. I'm your king now. When I say I don't mean I mean this eye here. The third eye chakra, that's your king. You follow what I'm saying? The third eye chakra is your king. Spiritual reclamation, that's the 11th line right there. Or 10th line right there. It's 12 in total. Spiritual reclamation is the 10th line. The 10th spiritual punch or 10th spiritual special move that I'm about to use to lay waste to the entrenchment plaguing thy mind, heart spaces. Just by me saying them out loud and telling you and putting them on the internet. Making a video and putting it on the internet. You follow me? Moving forward. The 11th one. After my conviction, the spiritual reclamation, and then our identity. Actually, I said it out of order, didn't I? I'm going to do it again then, after I finish explaining it. Our identity was actually the 10th one, and the 11th one was spiritual reclamation, but our identity being the 10th one. We are both heaven and earth, the 9 ethereal chakra beings and children of the first sun soul, and or a group of people descending from a common ancestor. Our identity. We are both heaven and earth, both heaven and earth, as above, so below. Heaven is above, earth is below. We are both heaven and earth, the 9 ethereal chakra beings and children of the first sun soul. That's a big special move right there. It's a big special move. Remember, I got Sagat combined with Killmonger, combined with a little bit of Akuma, all in one for this here spiritual goof madness to work and be explained properly so it can make sense and deviate and thwart the enemy off from realizing what I'm actually trying to do here. Get out of hell. You just told the enemy what you're actually trying to do. They don't care. They really don't care. They really don't. You know, black people are God, right? All together. So that means black people at any moment can just decide to stop them completely. At any moment. Like right now. Like if you just wanted to, just stop them, go. Ignore all of their laws, ignore all of their jurisdictions. You can just send 300 million melanated men, women, and children from Africa over here to America. And just either force the 41 million out back home or to the main continent, right? I mean, all the continents came from the same place. I mean, just like everything in the world came from the same place. Africa, right? That's what you call it? Africa, okay. Every continent came from Africa and every person came from Africa. So it's like at any moment, what came from Africa, what came from where it came from, can just decide to pull it all back at any time. And stop anything that's trying to make it be something else from being able to do so. And anytime you want it. Why don't you? Oh, I know why now. They taught you to be afraid of doing so. How did they even get a chance to get the upper hand to teach God how to be something other than God, though? I'm going to finish these lines real quick. So, the 8th line, no, the 9th line. The 9th line, once again, what is it? The 9th line is my conviction. God will have his world, God will have his people, moving God's speed forever. Soul speed, one belief, and one foundation, the foundation of love, balanced love. I'm going to make it sound cooler in the future. And then the 10th line, our identity. Our identity is the 10th line. We are both heaven and earth, as above, so below. The 9 ethereal chakra beings, as within, and children of the first son, soul throughout. That there is the 10th line, and the reason why I made it to the 10th line. And then the 11th line, spiritual reclamation. Now I got it in order. I am your king now. I am your king. And then the final one, the 12th line that I'm going to be using to box you in the spirit and beat you up with these 12 base words. I'm going to beat you the F up in the spirit with these 12 base lines. That's what I got these gloves here for. Because these 12 baselines, I got my Sagat moves. I'm going to beat you the F up in the spirit with these 12 baselines for this specific cause. The 12th word, the 12th soul line, or the 12th spiritual crop line is as follows. My soul tribe is going to take over your world. Wahaha. Right? Yeah. I did that intentionally. Drop the energy on purpose. I do that. Like I said, I'm trying to throw the enemy off at all times. I don't have an army of 500 million melanated people right now, do I? You want to know what I got? Me. Moving forward. So, now the goofy part of the parable. So I just told you the last 4 moves, which are my conviction, our identity, the spiritual reclamation, and soul sovereignty. The cause. Anything I do and say at any time that I do and say it is for the cause, the sovereignty, or principal heart of hearts. Principal heart of hearts sovereignty is soul sovereignty. You follow what I'm saying? So that's the 12th line there. So now, what are the special moves for that last one? Because I just told you the tiger shot and the other 3, right? So now it's like this one here has those 4 moves that he does. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. There's one special unique move that I'm going to like combine with the Eric Killmonger when I lay down that identity line on your spiritual brain. You dig what I'm saying? When I lay down that identity line, you know what I'm saying? I had a special move that it was going to signify, and it was the Kuma's Island Punch move that Eric Killmonger was going to do. Like I was in spirit, like in a spiritual sense, I'm going to have Eric Killmonger do this Akuma move and like punch your spiritual grounds and shatter them all. You follow what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to have in spirit go down. But why am I using these specific characters? Well, first, because Eric Killmonger is a rationalist, revolutionary, and Akuma, he has this line that says both heaven and earth. Both heaven and earth will tremble before me, you know. Let's never forget, all of the entertainment comes from them. So I'm also just taking the entertainment from them and flipping it to something good. Something that'll be beneficial to our right, our way, and our one law. To our resurrection. Everything of this world came from them. So whatever you use, you are using something of theirs. And anything of theirs only wants to see you, melanated individual, do one thing. Fail at everything and suffer to death. These gloves came from them. I could be touching myself. I could be not touching myself. I could be poisoning myself just by touching these gloves. I could be poisoning myself just by touching these gloves, huh? That's what I meant to say. But yeah. Long story short, though. This is my spiritual boxing parable explained. I'm going to use those 12 moves with an Eric Killmonger avatar and Sagat from Street Fighter 2 special moves combined with all of the other great fathers to annihilate your entrenchment in the spirit with these 12 base words, 12 baseline phrases. And what are they again? Peace, love, unity, and advancement. Global soul liberation. Global child manumission. Global moral purification. And global balance reestablishing. the knee. Yeah. So, moving forward. And then, the last four, my conviction. After my conviction, you got our identity. And after our identity, you got spiritual reclamation. And after spiritual reclamation, soul sovereignty. My conviction, our identity, spiritual reclamation, and soul sovereignty. Those are like the big moves. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, pretty soon, when I begin to march out in public to just talk to every melanated person I see in reality, go to a mall or something or a church, I'll invade a random church to lay the smacketh down upon thy spiritual psyche with these 12 baseline words here. Peace, love, unity, and advancement. Global soul liberation, global child manumission, global moral purification, and global balance reestablishment. My conviction, our identity, spiritual reclamation, and soul sovereignty. This is the spiritual boxing parable explained. And I'm the greatest spiritual fighter of all time. I'm going to be the last one of my kind as well. You want to know why? Because after me, chips are going into our infant babies' brains to stop them from being able to think. Without the chips, there are going to be many more me's being born, left and right. But due to those people and their jealousies of us just being with the table flip we are, ain't nobody being born with no natural gift of light brain. Not for a long time. You want to know what that's going to equate to? 432,000 years of artificial intelligence slavery. Slavery, keeping you bound to do one thing and one thing only. Fail at everything and suffer to death all at the same time. Yeah, that's two things. But it's still one, technically. Only something that hates God can ensure it will face such a future for no reason. Only something that hates God can. Only something that hates God would. To put so much effort into ensuring the reality will be as such for it. Y'all have to wake up, man. Shalom, shalom, shalom. May these words reach you immediately and stop you from destroying your own lives. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.